Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Trash Talk channel. I've got a fun one for you guys today. This is a 14-team mock. It's Josh Lloyd's mock that he posted on Twitter about 15 minutes ago. I just happened to be on my phone and clicked on it to join. So I got in. I'm picking 10th. It's a 14-team league, and it's third round reversal. So we've got 10th pick in the first round, 5th pick in the second round, and 5th pick in the third round. It gives you a bit of an advantage there over those early round picks. You know, guys like Jokic and Wemby, when you're picking them, you have a little bit less of an advantage, but I still don't think it makes up the difference. But that's what we're doing here. 30 seconds on the clock. I've got a queue set up here. Looks like the draft is going pretty much as we would expect so far. And we'll see what happens in these next two picks. This spot, I probably would have gone with Tatum. He goes with Trae Young. The cool thing is it looks like everybody's in the room, except according to Fantrax. Josh, I'm gonna take Tatum here at pick 10. He's not somebody I've been taking very often, but he feels like pretty obvious to me. 10. Coming back around here, I would hope that Harden would fall to me at this spot. He's been going around pick 13, 14 recently, so I don't think that's going to happen. With Tatum, I don't have to pick a build yet, so I'm going to go ahead and see what happens. I haven't done a 14-team mock, so that might look a little bit different than the normal 12 team. Well, actually, I'm sure it'll look very different than a 12 team. Early on, probably not so much, but as we get later on, we're going to be drafting pretty far into this thing. LaMelo Ball goes 12. That is definitely the earliest I've seen him go. And this is probably the first mock where everybody is present. Looks like this person showed up. So Melo Ball going 12, right? There we go. So Harden goes off the board at 13. Now Josh gets 2 picks. Pretty tough spot there at 14, 15. Knowing that you get pick whatever this is, 29 or whatever it is in the beginning of the third round, maybe you can change your strategy a little bit, but it's a tough spot. So for me, 4 picks until my turn. Tatum is kind of the safe pick, I would say, although none of the guys taken after him are necessarily that much safer. Maybe Harden and Curry have, I guess Ball also has the upside to surpass Tatum, but I don't think Edwards, Sabonis, or LeBron do. So Mitchell does. So I think we can go a little riskier here. And I could go for Kyrie and then still not have a punt. I could also go for Booker, still not have a punt. Durant is another option. So I don't think I'm going to go wrong really with any of these guys here. It's really tough to pass up Durant at pick whatever this is, 19. But yeah, I'm going to do it. We're going to go with the Durant Tatum build. I would say that the best strategy, probably the best strategy in fantasy is to go with guards, like point guards and centers. And that's not what I'm doing here. I'm kind of flipping the script a little bit. With this Tatum and Durant build, I probably am going to end up being not such a good assist team, especially in a 14-team league where assists you would think would fly off the board earlier. They haven't quite yet, but you would think that. So probably looking at that, I could settle for, what is this next pick? So 28, and it's pick 5, so like 33. Could settle in with a big man and take somebody like Jaren Jackson Jr. or Şengün. Probably the furthest down the board I would go for center, as you guys see me scrolling this Fantrax list, which I haven't even really looked at yet because I only play on Yahoo. Let's sort that by ADP. Şengün and Luka over there. Here we go. So the Wemby and Jokic teams are going to have their pick of really any guards left, right? You've got Fox as probably the best guard available there. And beyond that, I guess Tyrese Maxey. And then you're getting into like the next tier of guards. I wouldn't put John Morant in that tier, but Fred VanVleet, DeJounte Murray, Desmond Bane, Jamal Murray, that sort of crew. So I didn't see Fox. That shows me right there. Okay, so Fox goes, and now we're back at the end of the draft. So I've got 4 picks until me. I would absolutely take Paul George and just go wing, start this draft. That would be pretty fun. I think JJJ is a solid option for me here in the third round, although I don't feel like I need him. Paul George, Fred VanVleet is that guy who will take me back into the mix for assists. Lauri Markkanen is a pretty awesome punt assist guy. And let's actually pull that up. Last year in punt assist, Lauri Markkanen was the 8th best player. So could go with something like that. Durant was 14 and Tatum was 15. So it's not really the best way to go here. But yeah, so I'm definitely going to take Fred VanVleet if he falls here. If he doesn't, I'm just going to go with Markkanen. And we're going to take Freddie. We're no longer going to be a punt assist. I don't feel like I need a punt points with Tatum and Durant. Fred VanVleet is an awesome punt points type of player, but with the guys who I already have, I need to. So I think we're still not really in a build yet. Tatum's field goal percentage week to week, I don't actually know this for a fact. I'm just guessing that it's variable. It just feels like it is. He'll have these shooting nights where he goes like 8 for 22 and it just tanks your team's field goal percentage. So having him and Fred VanVleet, I'm going to need a big time field goal guy to make that up. And this might actually be a team to go get Gobert. That makes this kind of more of a roto team than a head-to-head team because I'm not really attacking any category, but we'll see what happens here as the draft goes on. This is just really cool because everybody's here and it's only 30 seconds, but people are like really thinking about their picks. They're really on it here. Leo Buckets is saying that he wanted Fred VanVleet. Said it before I took him? No. So the team with Halliburton goes for Markkanen. He got really good efficiency, pretty good scoring, really good assists. This team is primed to be a pretty awesome team. Jimmy Butler goes pretty early here. I know it's a 14-team league, but what is that? Pick 38 or something? 39, so going before pick 40. And Ja Morant on the Luka Doncic team, it makes sense build-wise, but I don't know. I think I'd rather have any of these. Kawhi seems to be falling, and if he falls to me, I'm going to take him. I'm just going for the value of these guys who fall to me. Oh, contract year Jimmy. Yeah, that means you got to take him in the 3rd round, I guess. Josh in here telling people that contract year is not a thing. He talks about that a lot. Contract year is not a thing. Yeah, he says injury risk is not a thing. The numbers back it up, but there's only so many injuries a guy can take. Okay, so 7 picks till my turn. If Kawhi falls, that's a really easy one. If Derek White falls, that's a pretty easy one. I do like Quickly in the spot just to get some more scoring and assists, so I would go with him. There he goes. Rudy Gobert, like I was talking about. It's a little early on Gobert, but I think he turns this team into just like an all-around monster. DeRozan, just another wing. Looks like Garland is the last guard who's going to get those. Well, it's Garland and Jamal Murray are the last 2 guys who are going to get those points and assists that will keep me up there. There goes Kawhi, Anthony Davis, Kyrie, Jimmy Butler, and Kawhi. That is the riskiest team of all. Wow. Well, it's just 4 picks here. I got 3 guys on my queue. I would take any of those 3 guys. Beyond that, in this slot, I do think Jared Allen is going to have some value. And in the 4th round of a 14-team league, he's just solid, and he definitely makes up for that Fred VanVleet field goal. Right, Jared Allen was a 228. Fred was a minus 150, so pretty much makes up for it. And there goes Gobert. So 2 picks. I got 3 guys on my queue. I'm going to take one of those 3. I'm hoping it's not Jamal Murray at the bottom there. That was cool. All right, I think I would prefer Jared Allen, but I'm also happy with Derek White. Tobias Harris in the 4th. All right, you know what? I'm going to change my mind. I think centers are going to be easier to find late. And what Derek White brings to the table is harder to find. So we're going to go Derek White as the shooting guard. I think he also can be a point guard. Apparently not. Okay, and there goes Jared Allen. So the 3rd round reversal is the only round where this goes in reversal. If you guys are unfamiliar, the rest of the draft is normal, but it swaps the rounds for the rest of the draft, right? So usually in the 3rd round, I would be picking at this slot. Now in the 4th round, I'm picking here. So the 5th round, I'm still picking here, so you guys know. So from here, we're going to have to flesh this team out with some bigs. I think if I don't take one now, there's going to be a run on the bigs that I like. Like, I don't even think Isaiah Hartenstein would last all the way to me. Maybe Brook Lopez would, but my team would definitely need his blocks. So maybe Lopez would last, but I think I'm going to have to beat the big man run right. It looks to me that way. This team has their bigs, but neither of these teams do. So I might even end up missing it. Getting in the 4th round. My goodness. Josh goes with Jordan Poole. Man, Josh is very influential in the fantasy basketball space, and him taking Jordan Poole in the 5th round of a mock. I know it's a 14-team mock, but doing some math here, that's pick 57. Is that right? That's pick 57. That is quite early. And here comes the run of centers. I got to get on this train, otherwise I'm going to miss it. I don't love Claxton, but I think my Josh would be proud of me, so I'm going to take him if he falls here. I don't see a much better option in this slot. This is that area of the draft that I hate, so I'm just going to take him. I think my team can withstand his bad free throw shooting. Tatum wasn't that great at free throws, and neither was Durant last year, but Derek White was. Fred VanVleet was with a lower volume, so I'm not sure if they can make up for Claxton's bad free throws, but I think it's some weeks it'll work and some weeks it won't work, but that's the nature of head-to-head. I'm assuming this is a head-to-head league. Nobody said, oh, never mind, it says right there. We're going to skip a few picks here until, unless I see something that really pops off. Okay, 4 more picks until it's our turn here. I threw a bunch of guys on my queue, scrolling all the way down here, but kind of hoping Brook Lopez falls to this slot, and then we're going to be looking really good in block. We're getting a lot of rebounds from our wings. We're getting assists from really across the board, other than Claxton. So this team's looking pretty solid. Brook Lopez is the hope here. Colin Sexton's really flown up draft boards, going in the 6th round. The Zach LaVine pick, it's interesting. 5th round Zach LaVine. As far as we know, he's playing this year. If he's playing, he should be pretty good. So that ended up being a pretty nice steal. All right, so we're going to go with Brook Lopez. If we can't get Brook Lopez, we're going to go ahead and take Porter, although I don't love it. I think maybe McCollum is the other option here. Some more scoring, more assists, bogey. So we're going to take Brook Lopez. This is a 2-center league. I think I have 2 centers. So now this team is going to be pretty good in blocks because last season Tatum was at points, Durant was at 1.2, Claxton was at 2.1, and Derek White was at 1.2. And now we have Brook Lopez, who's at 2.4. So despite not taking one of the big shot blockers early, there are so many of them. Obviously there's Wemby, there's Anthony Davis. Scrolling up just so I can see him. There's Chet. Even Scotty Barnes was a good shot blocker. Jaren Jackson. Am I missing anybody? Miles Turner. Gobert. Didn't get any of those, but my team has just a little bit here, a little bit there. Even Fred VanVleet, I don't think is going to get him this year. I think they changed the rules a little bit on that, but Fred VanVleet averaged 0.8 blocks, so this team is quietly really good in blocks. Now I think solidified blocks, still going to be pretty good in rebounding, despite having Brook Lopez, who's just not a good rebounding big. But I'm hoping I can take McCollum, or at this point I would take Kobe White in the 7th round of a 14-team league, because we're now at pick 86. His ADP is 76. Not that really matters, but I do think he can average 19 points and 5 assists. This is kind of what he did last year, right? Yeah. Will he play all his minutes? He did it without Zach LaVine. Those are definitely valid questions, but I think at this slot in the draft, it's worth a flyer. He's not going to get those defensive stats, but I'm pretty solid on all defensive stats at this. Kyle Kuzma doesn't totally make sense to me at this slot. Green. If you guys are watching this far into the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, you probably are a subscriber if you're still watching at this point. You guys know, well, you probably don't know, but I'm a massive Trey Murphy fan. It's my pick. There we go. Well, now I'm talking about him. Let's take him. I'm a massive Trey Murphy fan. I know he's injured right now, and in an actual draft, maybe McCollum is the way to go here instead of Trey Murphy. But so I play basketball. I played in high school. I wouldn't say I'm that good, but Trey Murphy is the player whose shooting form closest resembles mine. So I like him just because that shot looks like mine. He's like a foot taller than me. Can't quite possibly be a foot taller. He's probably like 7 inches taller than me, but it's my guy. All right, we'll skip back around here to close to my pick. Love it when everybody's here. And we only got 30 seconds. We're flying through the draft board here. Yeah, so I think at this point in a 14-team league, we're in round 8. Obviously, these players are going to be part of my rotation, but I think it's time to start taking swings on guys. They don't necessarily have to be massive upside. and you don't necessarily also want to take somebody who could just totally bottom out, like Keontae George. Thanks for that one. But I think like this is the moment where I would totally take Herb Jones. I think this is the moment to take Amin Thompson. I don't know if you guys saw some highlights from his game in a preseason, but he was pretty awesome. Don't know if he's going to start. So I'm going to take Herb Jones if he falls to me. That Trey Murphy-Herb Jones combo is fun. I will, if he doesn't, I'm going to take Amin Thompson. I think somebody like Naz Reid with some massive upside if he ends up starting. Sam not in room. I'm right here. We're going to take Herb or, oh, it's my pick, Jones. And there we go. See my roster here, see if I'm missing anything. Just need a guard. Thompson's apparently his only shooting guard. Well, so if Thompson falls to me here, there we go. Never mind. I like that Porzingis pick in the 8th round. Just taking swings, right? I don't know if he's going to play. We really don't. I might miss the whole season. He might come back in January. So speaking of swings, I will definitely take Derek Lively. If he falls to me here, I will take Naz Reid if I can get him. Josh is taking some real swings, going with Saar. Tyus Jones doesn't seem like, hey, why does that keep happening? Tyus Jones doesn't seem like somebody you're really taking a swing on. He seems safe, but I wouldn't be surprised if he averaged 11 points and 7 assists with very low turnovers, and that helps pretty much any fantasy if you're punting assists. So Naz Reid and Derek Lively are the two guys I'm eyeing here. Looks like I'm going to get one of them. I will take Lively unless he doesn't fall, and then I'll take Reid. Lively, Naz Reid. One thinks that Josh is having a killer draft. Okay, maybe he just wants to be in Josh's recording. I don't know what he's talking about. So we got 5 more rounds. A lot more rounds. Don't feel like I've taken a huge swing yet with Herb Jones and Naz Reid. If Julius Randle's healthy, Naz Reid might only play 20 minutes. If Julius Randle's out, Naz Reid's going to play 30 minutes, and 30 minutes Naz Reid is really awesome. So picking him in the 9th round, there's some massive upside there. At this point in the draft, if I have a punt, then I'm going to try and find guys who are going to move way up board in my punt. I heard this question asked by Dan Bespris, a fantasy analyst, who was talking about, he asked this question to somebody else, I don't remember who it was, but that's how I would answer. If I'm punting something heavily, I would look for players who I think would fit my punt with upside. As an example, if I'm punting, let's say I'm punting free throws, Ausar Thompson got some massive upside if you're punting free throws. Look through this. If you are punting field goal, D'Anthony Melton, some massive upside in a punt field goal. Same thing with Jaden Ivey. Same thing with Gary Trent. If you're punting being a good fantasy team, Russell Westbrook, really good pick. Bet you somebody takes Ben Simmons. Somebody taking a swing on Noah Clowney in the 9th round. Yeah, let's see what else. If you're punting field goal, again, Jordan Clarkson, really good pick. I'm going to throw Keon Ellis on my queue because I like someone got sniped. Our pick is coming up here. I have Melton at the top of my queue, but I don't think he's who I would. Again, I don't have a punt here. I am missing a guard slot, I think. Still need to take a guard that much. At this point, for guys who I really am looking at to take a swing on, at this point in the draft, do I have to do Ben Simmons for Josh? Or goes Norman Powell? I'm going to take big swing just for fun. We're going to go ahead and take Reed Shepard, 10th round, pick 135. I mean, I'm assuming everybody is on roster here. I guess you have like one Shepard. Then I'll make one more pick, and then I'll probably end this video because it's getting pretty long here. All right, guys, I'm going to make one more pick here, and then I'm going to be done. So as always, I appreciate you guys watching. This was a fun one. We got a 14-teamer. I'm going to keep drafting it, and I can post my team at the end if you guys want. But people are making fun of Josh over here for taking Westbrook after I trashed him before he took him. That's pretty cool. Andre Drummond. I feel like you should take Drummond if you take Embiid. Just now trashing Leo for taking Davis, Kyrie, Jimmy Butler, and Kawhi Leonard. Yeah. Sense. All right, we're going to take Keon Ellis.